Do Now, Think Positive podcast. FendiPendi, creative content coach. And Philip Tan, CEO, Snapp Packaging. Do Now, Think Positive podcast.
Hello everybody, welcome back again to Do Now,
Think Positive Podcast.
I am FendiPendi here, your creative content coach, together with my co-host.
I'm Philip Tan, and today we brought you a very young, enterprising, inspiring entrepreneur. So, Bryan, would like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Bryan Tan. I'm the founder of the Timber Space. We're a Balinese-inspired event venue in Desa Sri Hartamas, and we also have our recently opened co-working space, Oasis Co-working and Wellness.
Yeah, so Bryan, I'd like to fire a first question to you. Is a lot of people at your age, right? They probably prefer to have a 9 to 5 kind of job and then more secure. But instead, you went to start your own business at this age. Not only one, but two. You have an event space, and then you also have your office space. Yeah, office space. So, would you like to let the viewer know what made you jump to Do Now and be an entrepreneur?
Okay, so growing up, I've always been kind of entrepreneurial. I've always liked the idea of having something of my own. So basically in uni, while I was still working part-time, I dabbled a bit, starting some e-commerce businesses. And I've always didn't really like the idea of corporate, working for someone else where, you get a fixed salary monthly. I always like the idea of, you hunt and you get what you kill. So which means if you are able to work smarter or work harder, you get rewarded accordingly. So actually coming out, I started off in sales, in real estate sales, where essentially if you're able to close more deals, you get rewarded accordingly. But likewise, some people might not find it as stable. And I think after about a year of doing that, I decided to take the leap into opening my first business, which is the event venue. It is something that I definitely did consider the pros and cons, but eventually I decided to just go ahead with it. To start and eventually see how things goes. I didn't have any experience in events, but ultimately I decided also the best way in terms of learning is to essentially just start doing it myself and just figuring it out as we go. And so I think one thing led to another. I started off with the event space. Opportunity came for our co-working space next door, which allowed us to utilize the events venue. So it's kind of like goes hand in hand. And one thing led to another, and we opened that co-working space next door as well.
Okay, so Bryan, why event space? People like you, young people like you, usually go for like IT, games or technology or things like that. Yeah. Why event space?
Why events? Truth is, I was considering between cafe and event space, and F&B sounded a lot harder. So I went with events. But also, okay, my background is also previously I've managed Airbnbs, short-term rentals. I've worked in ID companies in my very short stint, even though I just graduated. So in a sense, when I came into deciding to open an event space, from my point of view, was short-term rentals for a commercial space. So that's essentially how I eventually landed on this idea. And after talking to some people, I decided this was the right move to go down.
Right.
Yeah.
But Bryan, your event space, Timber Space, alright, is less than a year, and then you straight away expand into a co-working space known as Oasis. But I thought that is a very, very bold move that you make. It's within a year you started another business. Would you like to let the viewer know that why you want to do it now and you're so positive about it?
Right. It could be being positive, but it could also be just making the move first. So basically, I would say that I wouldn't say it was kind of something I've already considered for a while. Actually, even before opening the event space, my initial idea was actually for co-working space. Actually, co-working space, if you look, they always have an event space portion of it. But I think in a sense, I did it in a reverse, where I opened the event space first, and I've always wanted to do the co-working portion as well. If you see, we've already have a few meeting rooms already. So it was just kind of like carrying out a second phase of what I initially started when I had in mind. it's under a different branding, a different business, but it's overall still under the same group and umbrella total. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, Bryan. Starting a event space, I'm sure who supports you, who guides you, who motivates you doing these things.
Right.
Are you alone?
I'm very fortunate. I have some family help as well. So I do have actually a co-founder. She actually helps a lot in terms of the branding, planning, a lot of behind the scenes work. I'm more of the in-person operations head. But I'm also very fortunate to have family support, in terms of guidance.
That's very important.
Yeah.
I was very lucky as well to find BNI Premier, in my first month since opening. And, there with 50, 60 different business owners who are all experienced, they actually give business to me, referrals, and also, lend their expertise, in growing this. So, I'm blessed to have this different avenues around me to help me grow and figure out my way through this.
Okay. I have another personal question for you.
Right.
I know that you are a big golfer. Not only that, he's a single handicapper.
Wow. I have no idea what that is because I don't play golf.
He's a single handicapper. And I was just wondering, now that you have already expanded into 2 businesses, where do you find time to golf?
I still play socially. I just played a tournament last week.
Oh.
I play it once a week, once every now and then, every few tournaments here and there. So, just on the social basis, still getting my round.
Social, but single handicapper.
Okay. So I think last question. Okay, for everybody out there who wants to start the same thing, event space, what are the do and don'ts?
What are the do and don'ts of starting an event space? Let me think.
I'm sure you have
Do's
like,
and
oh, I
don'ts.
should do like this. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Is location important?
so
Is the team important?
Do your research properly first. Make sure you are aware of what's out there, where you differentiate, and who your target customers will be. If not, there are many event spaces out there. Any cafe can be for events. Any space can be for an event space. So make sure you know the niche you want to go down to, or the kind of space you want to build for that. Don't
hire lousy contractors.
Oh yes, don't hire lousy contractors.
Check the terms and
This one,
conditions.
make sure you
The
discuss.
concept,
You have discuss the right rentals and choosing the right location. Don't choose somewhere where it's hard to access. A few things like that.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are coming to the end of the show. I'm sure you'd like to hear a bit more from Bryan. So we shall leave the last couple of minutes to Bryan to let you know what are things to inspire you to do now and think positive. So Bryan, it's all yours.
Hi, I'm Bryan Tan, and I'm basically the founder of the Timber Space and Oasis Co-working. So a little bit of a story about what my spaces are. The Timber Space, we're actually a Balinese-inspired event venue in Desa Sri Hartamas. We actually cater and niche down towards small, intimate events. This come in the form of small weddings, ROMs, nikahs, corporate workshops, product launches, and birthday parties. Our space can cater to a max of around 72 packs. We usually focus on a smaller size event. And we basically handle everything for your events from A to Z. So in terms of setup of furnitures, decor, catering, if you need photographers, videographers, event rental, we handle everything for you. With Oasis Co-working, our newly opened space, we're actually a wellness-inspired co-working space where we want you to come in and feel inspired to work, and really a space that inspires you to focus on your well-being. We have a few different array of offerings there, with our hot desking where you can just come in for a day pass to just grab a desk to work. We have a few fixed desk spots where it becomes your personal dedicated desk with 24/7 access. All desks are actually standing desks. You can stand while working with ergonomic chairs as well. And we also have a few small private offices. We have 2 4 to 6 packs offices and a 3 packs office, which allows you to really have your own intimate space for your team to get work done. For the wellness portion, we actually have a full range of wellness classes, which we incorporate into the memberships of our wellness members as well. This comes in a form of yoga, sound bath, meditation classes, and breathing workshops as well. Besides that, all members will also get access to our community events. This comes in a form of, for example, our recently finished 2 days ago, we had a Christmas workshop event. So all these are all part of the members. And also not forgetting, we have a little in-house cafe as well, where you can get delicious specialty coffee and also light bites. So that's basically the overall spaces that we've built in the last, coming to about a year now. Actually, there's 2 different spaces. And, I want to say that this was something that, that had definitely its own hardship and challenges as I move through this. But I think what's important is actually to just keep moving a step at a time, really pushing through. And lastly is, of course, to just think positively and just do it, to just take the next step.
Thank you everyone for viewing. Please do follow us our next episode. Fendi.
Yes, please subscribe, comment, like, and share the Do Now, Think Positive podcast. Goodbye, everybody.